In the heart of an old hotel in New Orleans, there's a room no one books twice. Room 616. The staff avoids it. Guests whisper about it. And the records? They show something no hotel ledger should ever contain because every guest who stayed inside died. And each one died the same way. This is the story of the room that doesn't just kill. It makes you relive your death. The hotel itself is grand, built in 1893, a gilded palace meant to welcome travelers from around the world. Its halls echoed with jazz during the Roaring '20s and with military boots during World War II. But tucked away on the 6th floor, room 616 developed a reputation that couldn't be explained away. The first incident happened in 1901. A businessman from Chicago was found slumped at the desk, cause of death, heart failure. Strange, but not impossible. Until 10 years later, another guest was found in the exact same position. Then another, and another. By the 1950s, the pattern had grown darker. A woman was discovered sprawled in the bathtub, her wrists open. The coroner called it suicide. But in 1962, another woman, different age, different background, was found the same way. Same tub, same water, stained with blood. Every decade. The deaths repeated. Different guests, same methods, same positions. Police reports grew uneasy. Clerks left cryptic notes in the margins. Another repeat, no explanation. By the 1970s, staff begged management to close the room. Instead, they locked it and kept quiet. But quiet doesn't erase history. In 1989, urban explorers slipped inside. They described a room frozen in time, faded wallpaper, rusting fixtures, and a strange energy that clung to the air. One explorer claimed he saw a man seated at the desk, head bowed, only for the figure to vanish when the lights flickered. Another swore he felt his wrists burning as he passed the bathroom door. Their camera captured something stranger. A shadow on the wall, moving independently of the group. It lingered near the desk, then crawled toward the tub. The explorers fled, leaving their footage behind. What makes room 616 so terrifying isn't just death, it's repetition. Historians combing through coroner files noticed patterns so exact they bordered on impossible: the angle of the bodies, the position of objects, even the times of death. One man collapsed at 11:42 p.m. in 1933. Another, decades later, at 11:42 p.m. sharp, both with their hands clutched to their chest, eyes wide open. How can coincidence explain precision like that? Parapsychologists call it a looping echo, a space where trauma imprints itself so deeply into the environment that it replays again and again, dragging the living into its cycle. If that's true, then guests in room 616 weren't just dying. They were being forced to repeat someone else's death. But whose? Rumors point to the hotel's original owner, a man named Charles Beauregard. He was ambitious, ruthless, and allegedly cruel to his staff. Some say he cheated workers, locking them in when debts weren't paid. Others believe his own death alone, at his desk, was the first imprint, and that room 616 became the stage. The room has been sealed for years now, but that hasn't stopped the stories. Workers say they still hear faint sounds through the door, water running in the empty bathroom furniture scraping across the floor, and sometimes a scream that cuts off mid-breath. A group of paranormal researchers once left recorders outside the locked door. What they captured chilled them, a man's voice gasping, "Not again!" followed by silence. Skeptics dismiss it as superstition. They say the stories are recycled, embellished by staff who crave attention. They point to the hotel's age, It's creaking pipes, it's faulty wiring. But skeptics don't explain why the death records line up so precisely. They don't explain why no staff member will step inside. And they don't explain why, when one tourist bribed a clerk for a night in the room in 2003, he was found the next morning, slumped at the desk, cause of death, heart failure. At 11:42 p.m., the same way it began. So what is room 616? A haunted chamber replaying tragedies long past? A glitch in reality where time folds in on itself? Or something darker? A room that feeds over and over on the final moments of the living? Whatever the truth, the warning remains. If you ever stay in an old hotel and the clerk's smile falters when you request a certain room, think twice. If the key feels heavy in your hand, if the hallway grows colder as you approach, turn back, because some doors lead only one way, and in room 616, once you step inside, your death may not just come, it may repeat again and again. For more chilling stories, subscribe to Shadow Oath and tell me, would you dare open the door to room 616?